Calendar Boys.
What's your favorite word-based game?
Calendar Boys. Hello and welcome to the show that we know and love as Calendar Boys. It's a very special day today. I'm going to tease it by spelling the word calendar, and Zeb's going to tell me how many points I got for doing it. C-A-L-E-N-D-A-R?
Calendar's weirdly hard to spell. I think that was right. I think that's 7 points. There's no crazy letters in that. I think C's worth 3 points. We're talking about Scrabble.
We're talking about
Of
Scrabble,
course.
the game the only word game that people will accept in their household. It's a very popular experience. It came before the age of technology. You know, there was no technology when Scrabble was invented, so people just had to use bits of trees, make words.
In a certain sense, Scrabble, the act of Scrabble, the act of just like having a heap of letters and just chucking them and then see what happens, that's why we have our civilization. That's how language happened. And then we replicate it in this sacred ritual called Scrabble.
Yeah. This is from daysoftheyear.com. Scrabble, the iconic board game that has reached people all over the world, is one of the most popular games that people still play today. But who started this wordy game, and how did it become so popular? Scrabble Day celebrates the history of Scrabble, how it came to be one of the most beloved games, and gives people just the right amount of excuse to play it. It's April 13th. It's Scrabble Day. We're here to get a triple word score of an episode.
With a good letter.
I don't own a Scrabble. Do you own a Scrabble?
No, but I do play Words with Friend on Facebook semi-regularly. Good thing about playing playing any virtual Scrabble game is that you just kind of go, yeah, and just chuck letters at the board until it forms a word. Like, did you know "za" is a word? Yep.
It shouldn't be.
It's pizza, apparently. It's a slang that I don't know, but it's really good because Z is worth a lot of letters. Well, Z is worth a lot of letters.
Yeah.
So if someone puts any Z anywhere and I have an A tile, I'm just like, that'll be 30 points for me because I placed one thing.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Scrabble is... it really is the antithesis of descriptive language, where you take the words that are used by people and you assign a value to them by allowing them into the game. There's sort of a big argument over what should be allowed in Scrabble. What is what's your take on it? Should people playing Scrabble actively accept words that they know to be words in their group, or should they really be looking it up on a website?
Like, how much trust do you have? Or like, is it like, okay, do you play a game of like the council accepts or the council denies sort of thing?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good strategy.
I think I like that. It depends on how many people are playing, obviously, but it's just sort of like, do we all confer the word? Yeah. It does become some sense of like a confidence game then. You just go, this is definitely a word. And they'll go, well, he seems pretty confident.
Yeah, I mean...
Council.
The thing is, Scrabble is one of the many games that adapts to human society as it slowly changes and progresses. Like, if you think about the word selfie, there would definitely have been a period in maybe the O's where the word selfie was a controversial thing to bring to a Scrabble game. And a lot of old sticklers would be like, oh, I'm not including selfie in my list of words.
That's not in the rule book.
That's not in my rule book.
I think selfie's technically in the Oxford Dictionary now, so that would be technically allowed at this point.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, of course. Language changes.
Language changes. Things change. And they change to match the people. Scrabble is really the people's game, if you think about it. It probably started, it started as a game of the overseers, I guess, and was probably very prescriptive because it had to have rules.
Yeah, it was a way to keep people out. Like, oh, you can't say all the words? Well, no points for you. But yeah, nah, language is it's slang is good language.
Yeah, I call it
It's
slangwich.
it's language. It's the truest language.
Yeah. But the people won't accept it
I
in
mean,
Scrabble. People write language and I put an
I,
S before it and then I get thrown out of the room. It's bullshit.
I got a book which is like incidentally, I got a book. I've been doing a vocab builder book, and like it's cool. They're all words like, ooh, I didn't know what this, but like today's was Hansel for me. I'm like, okay, what's that? It's like a holiday in Germany for the first. It's like Christmas before Christmas, and it was meant you gave a gift for good luck on the first Monday of the year when all the peasants would get a day off. I can't use that in day-to-day speech. When am I going to say, here's a Hansel? Like, this book. I need a slang-based one. I need like an urban dictionary.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things you can use as metaphors. Like Everest is probably one of the biggest places that has become a metaphor for things, you know? So you'd really have to get what the vibe of Hansel is to understand and be able to
yeah, I'm interpreting it as a good luck gift. The other problem with like doing like vocab build is that like you're really just separating yourself from how people speak to some extent because like who like cool. I'll do well in Scrabble now.
I mean, it's
kind
of
as the
like
council doesn't pass me down.
It's kind of like any deeply detailed, rich hobby you want to get into. Like if you get really into water and you're just like, you become a water, whatever the word is.
Aficionado. Like you know the exact time and amount you're supposed to drink water, and everyone's like, oh,
yeah, a water sommelier. And you're like, notes of I forget water brands. Everfrost.
Apparently you're not supposed to drink with meals. I was reading, funnily enough, I was reading about how to correctly drink water. You're not supposed to drink water with meals. It can't be cold. I'm like, what? Then why would I drink it if not for those two things? I mean, to survive. But besides that, man, that's like the two.
The point is,
parts.
You get too deep into a hobby, and if that becomes your language, you'll have trouble connecting with people about what you love and are interested in. So it's hard when that hobby is literally language. And it's not only that you're learning extra language, it's that the thing that you're learning is something that specifically people don't have. And that's why the book exists, to give it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to start selling these. I get what you mean. I've got to start selling this book to people. Hey, you should get a vocab builder, the same one I have.
But I mean, like the reason like a vocab builder exists is because the majority of people don't have those words in their vocabulary. And
yeah,
if you know what I mean, like if a vocab book comes out every year, it always has to have words that aren't the common ones that everyone knows. So it kind of solely exists for you to like isolate yourself from the community.
The argument I saw for it is like the more words you have, the more detailed you can be about the world, which is cool, but it only applies to myself and anyone I can go, oh, fun fact about this word. Every third word in a sentence I speak, I'm just like, here is what this means.
Yeah.
That's a pleasure and a curse.
Because, I mean, if you're let's say you're in a room full of 20 people and none of them know the word you're about to say. What is the difference between saying a completely made up word and saying that word?
Oh, yeah. Nothing.
Because if you have to give them the definition of what it means and what it infers and how you're using it, it doesn't really matter anymore.
It might matter. Someday they may encounter that word again. It'll do what's the effect of Vader Meinhof? It'll just show up a heap after that.
Anyway,
but not if you're speaking at the rate of like 5 new words a sentence. Like
yeah. So Scrabble, it's a big game. A lot of people are big fans of this game. A lot of people are playing it a lot more in 2020. I'm sure a lot of the big
at least playing Words with Friends.
Yeah, I mean, did you want? People do love physical games, though. So I'm sure, like all the retail stores have seen like a big uptake in board games and stuff like that lately.
Man.
How to celebrate?
But we can't have more than 2 people.
Yeah, but people have families.
That's true. I really want to play Catan, but I've only got 1 housemate. We're just like, it's a 3-player game minimum. We can't invite anyone over. I'll play virtual Catan later over streaming.
Yeah, it could work. Yeah. How to celebrate Scrabble Day though? The best way is by
learn a new word and frustrate your friends.
Yeah, it says. It says. I would say on Scrabble Day, host a Scrabble party online with your friends. See who knows the most words, and whoever wins gets a free thesaurus or dictionary. Play Scrabble online with your friends, and whoever wins, take this seriously. Play Words with Friends. Play whatever iteration of Scrabble you can find to play freely. Whoever wins, you are going to go online and order them a dictionary to their house. Excellent. Whether they want it or not, winning is not necessarily a benefit to them. Play Scrabble or Words with Friends with your friends online. Find the weirdest beginner's dictionary or something, a dictionary for kids or something, and that's what you order them. And send it to their house and make them own it.
Yeah.
Or I'm sure there's a lot of things I assume exist in the world, and I assume that branded branded TV show branded dictionaries exist. I don't know, Frasier presents the dictionary, or Gilmore Girls Guide to the Alphabet.
Someone should release nonsense Scrabble. It's specifically all made up words.
Yeah, that would definitely exist. That would definitely exist. It also says bake Scrabble themed cookies, practice your wordplay skills, and play Scrabble on a mobile app. Have some Scrabble pieces, use them in some DIY crafts, and create unique items with the Scrabble words. Scrabble, play it with everyone. Play it with everyone.
Scrabble to Scrabbly Scrabble.
Scribble it
up.
When is the Battle Royale phase gonna come along?
Battle Royale Scrabble. Man, we need a global Scrabble game. Imagine a Scrabble board, but it's an infinite Scrabble.
Yeah.
But it shrinks.
It's no longer... See, everyone starts out at the outer edges, and you have to make your way inwards.
Man, want to make a Mega Scrabble game? Let's put that on the...
Let's put it on the show list.
New Kickstarter.
So that's Scrabble Day for April 13th. We'll catch you tomorrow.